Sustainability is just being in harmony with nature, giving back as much as you take from the land. It's making sure that no matter what you do, you replenish what you're doing. You know, a lot of people go, well, what's your carbon footprint, all this? But it's a lot bigger than just that. We don't need to think just how much carbon we're using. We need to think, okay, you wasted a piece of paper. How many trees do you waste within your life? You know, I think it's extremely nice where we live right on this property that we only use 1 acre out of about 40, because it shows that, guess what, the other 40 is still producing and doing what it needs to do to survive.
One of the things with straw bale construction they like to say is you need good boots and a good hat. We will float the building on the surface, and we're building on a rubber gasket known as automobile tires. So we're using flexible material that will heave and shift as a unit and flex and move with the expansion and contraction. So the good boots is this tire foundation is going to keep the straw up off the ground to keep it dry. Then we bring the second level on. We put a second level of tires. We put cardboard in the bottom so everything doesn't just fall out.
We level it out and create these things called baskets, which is where we need a half tire. Back in the old days, they would actually cut tires and use them. But what we do is we use whatever we can find, you know, chicken wire, hardware, screen, anything like that that people have readily available that can hold in rocks. On top of that, we'll pour, you know, a light coat of concrete, not only to hold the rocks together so the rocks aren't shifting, but also to give us a nice level surface.
Put a moisture barrier on it. We put a sill plate on here so we can attach the frame. And within just a couple of hours, you've got a strong, well-built foundation for any type of building, and they can stand back and go, you know, that's remarkable. All right, now once we've got the framing built, which is the support structure of the building, now we're going to fill those cavities between the support structures with straw. And it goes in line with use what you have. We're going to pin the straw bales together using saplings that we cut from the nearby woods. We're going to then corset these bales together so that there's a sapling on either side, and then we'll use straw bale needles to cinch it together so that we've made one solid wall unit. And once that's in place and once it's secured in within the frame, then we'll begin to mud plaster over top of it.
Although we do make it sometimes in a cement mixer, we conventionally try to teach you how to make it with your feet. And it's just this mixture of clay. Luckily, we got lucky in this location. The soil is clay. So we mix this clay with a bunch of water and some straw. We make what's called cob or rhino poo. The things that we use, the cob, the rhino poo, and this scratch finish actually start to pull moisture out, which helps with the straw to keep the moisture away from the straw and away from it corroding. Once we finish that scratch coat, we have a nice smooth surface to work what we call finish coat. It's more of a plaster type, you put it on with a trowel and a mortarboard, and basically what it is it's more sand than clay. So you get more of an even finish. Once we do that, it's pretty much weatherproof.
With no money, with just a little bit of human effort, we built something that in a typical build would take days, if not weeks, and cost about a third to half of the total construction cost. And we've built it out of garbage. We've built it out of things that we've found lying around that are a problem if we didn't use them for some constructive purpose.